Hey everyone, Crolopix here, and today I just wanted to work on this stained glass Alice in Wonderland diamond painting. Let's go. Okay, I've got my light pad plugged in, so we're ready to work on it, but I want to see how this is going so far. So the last part I did were these two sections here. And yeah, already I can just lost one. Just brushed it off. Got a piece of hair there. Okay, yep, just lost a diamond. Not too sure where it came from. Let's see if I can move the light pad over to check it out. Doesn't seem to be from this area unless I'm really that visually impaired. Which could be the case, but I can feel it, and I can feel raised areas on it, so I'm just going to quickly go over it, see if I can flatten it back a little bit. So yeah, that means there's some movement on the drill. See, like, that feels a lot better. Oh, and I just peeled one off right there. Fantastic. Can I put this back on by hand? I think I'm asking a little too much of myself. Can I? Oh, and I did. Sweet. Alright, so gonna roll that. I'm also going to, this is the first section I did. No, second area that I did. So just gonna, okay. Just need to grab that. Anyways, there's a free blooper for you guys. Alright, just want to flatten that. This did feel better than this did, so maybe it just takes some time, but I can see it raised a little bit, so hopefully once I'm done sealing will help that completely. So now I'm going to move it over. This is the first section that I did after doing the corner. Ooh, you hear that? Crunch, crunch. There's quite a few missing from here, but these are from before that I never replaced or have yet to replace. But let's just go ahead and try to flatten that. Feels okay otherwise. Nope, just pulled off one here. Great. Don't know where that one came from. This is killing me. Okay. Alright, just press those down again. Let's continue working on this diamond painting. I am determined to, not let this win. Basically, not to let this get the best of me. I bought this diamond painting. I am the boss. And I will not let this company wreck something that I enjoy. So there, take that. Let me just grab some scissors. And we're gonna work on this section here. So I'm also gonna move this over a little bit. And we'll start a new area. Easy, easy, easy. I mean, it's fun to work on this if you don't think about the outcome. Like the popping drills and such. At least it's not happening like right before my eyes too much. So I guess it's a little bearable. I have yet to switch this over to baking paper. I guess I'm a little angry at it. So I guess I won't go full pro on it. But pro enough. Pro enough. Just take this back a little bit more. Alright, let's get started. You know how in the beginning you have to constantly refer to the legend for what colors are what and where they are in your storage and such, and then after a while you just know it becomes second nature to you. There we go. So still not too much happening. My computer is actually on its last leg. It's gonna cark it sometime soon now, I'm pretty sure. It's a little scary to work with. So if I don't have any videos for a little while, you'll know why. Like right now, it's so I'm working off of a laptop. It was a gaming laptop, and you know, there was my computer. It's what I was using for everything, and I have it hooked up to monitors, like 2 monitors and stuff. I had a, you know, my whole office set up with it. And right now, it gets really loud. So that's why I think you can hear it sometimes in the videos. The fans on it get really loud. It gets really hot, really hot, like dangerously so. And right now, the part where the keyboard is, which is basically, you know, the bottom half of the laptop, it's bulging. So I don't know if it's because of the battery or if it got so hot that it's puffed up the plastic. I really don't know. I can't even close it now without, you know, pushing buttons and whatnot. But it's kind of scary. I hope it's not the battery, but you know, if it is, that means I really need to stop using it really soon. Because, you know, swollen battery can be dangerous. I do not want it to explode. But because of that, because I'm scared that it is the battery, I've been looking for a replacement. And, you know, the things that I do, I'm still developing video games. I'm still, you know, I render videos for YouTube. And I still do lots of other stuff on there that require pretty good processing power and pretty good graphics card use. And so looking at it, and you have to kind of, you know, get as current parts as possible, you know, just to make your computer last longer so it doesn't get outdated. But yeah. So basically I've decided that it's cheaper to build my own computer than to go out and buy one. So I have been looking at parts. I've been looking, it's definitely been a while, like definitely more than a week, I would say. Just looking for the parts and looking for different ways to build this computer, because there's so many options and just so many ways you can go about it. And you know, there's so many different ways that you can, you know, cut costs here, but then you would expand your cost here. And so just trying to keep all of that in mind, it's quite difficult and it can get a little frustrating sometimes. And luckily there's a website to help you with this and let you know if anything's incompatible with anything else. Like, you know, if any parts in your build are incompatible. So that's helpful. But then when you see the incompatibility, you're like, oh crap. And then, you know, which one should you change? And then you have to look up all these other options. And then it's just, it takes a long time. And you have to also think about, you know, what's the best value for money? What's the best, you know, way to go about it? Because, you know, the best value for money isn't always the cheapest option. But, you know, how can I keep this low cost? How can I make sure I'm not using crappy pots, but, you know, something worthwhile? And then you have to read all the reviews on the pots and, you know, and some of this stuff I'm like, well, what's the difference between this and this? Because different makers come out with, they have little tweaks on things. And you're like, well, what's the difference? Is one better than the other? Will this work with my motherboard? Will this work with my case? Yeah. All these little things you need to look into. And it's time consuming and lots of reading. And now I know a lot more about, you know, this one specific, you know, motherboard or this one specific graphic card. So yeah, time consuming, frustrating, hectic, but I finally settled on something. And when you're building your own computer like that, and you're trying to, Frankenstein all these parts together, you can't necessarily get all of these parts from one place. So you have to go shopping, and you have to keep in mind, are these Australian prices or are these US prices? And it's just, oh my goodness, it's a bit of a nightmare. But you feel so good after you build your own computer. But I finally decided, and I narrowed down. I searched of the all the best options of where to get my parts from, my components, and I got it down to 3 different stores. So I have to order from 3 different places to get all of my parts. 2 of them I can go and pick them up once they're ready, and one will be shipped to me from New South Wales. So it's within Australia, which is good, which means I shouldn't have to wait like 3 months for it to come. So I'm very excited about that. And I actually went to go pick up one of my orders. And it's unfortunately like the least exciting part of my build. It's just the storage cards, like the hard drives and the Windows operating system. So I'm like, woohoo! Well, you can't do anything with that. Well, you can't really do anything until you have all the pieces. But the least exciting of my build, I got to pick up today, and it's pretty close. One of the pickup areas is pretty close to where I live, so that's not inconvenient. It was really good. But it's also near our local library. And because we just recently moved to this area, we figured we'd check it out and get some library cards. So we went in, and of course there's not many people in there, which is cool for us, but still precautions need to be taken. And they were very helpful, very nice. I got a library card, and even baby got a library card, and so that was really exciting. And they had this program where you try and read 1,000 books before going into school, where baby would have to read 1,000 books before she goes into I don't know if it's kindergarten or sorry, prep or first grade, but one of the two. And I was like, that sounds exciting. They give you suggestions on what books, and then you get this little passport thing that you can get stamped, and it's a nice little accomplishment for kids. So yeah, that's cool. And then decided to look around the library, see what they've got, see if we wanted to check anything out. And we were looking in one section, I think it was the DVDs, showing baby, things on the shelf and whatnot, and she up and sneezes like so loud, cracked me up. I was like, but that's so it's such bad juju now, to sneeze like that. And I was like, luckily nobody came running towards us. I mean, there was nobody in there. I think there were maybe 1 or 2 other patrons in there, but me in my head, I was cracking up, because leave it to baby, to cause a panic with her loud, super loud sneeze. I'm like, okay, come on. Only when in public. At home, she won't sneeze. Only when we're out, especially when we go for a walk, she'll do something like sneeze or cough or do this weird hissing, breathing thing. Right as there's somebody walking past us or something. And I'm like, do you do this on purpose? Her timing is impeccable with these things. But yeah. And she's not sick or anything, so it's just her being a baby. But it's really funny to me, so. Alright, next color. But yeah, that was my adventure today. Got to pick up parts for my new computer and got to see baby sneeze in public. and worry a bunch of other people. Fantastic. Super fantastic. I'm really excited about building this next computer. I haven't built a computer in a very, very long time. Because it was usually just easier to buy pre-built, and I haven't actually had like a tower in a long time. All my last few computers have been laptops, except for my Mac. And my Mac, man, that one's died as well. I used to do all of my video rendering on there, but then it's just really old, and I upgraded the OS on there, and I used to have the Adobe Suite CS6. Once I upgraded my operating system, they no longer worked because they were no longer compatible. I was like, come on. But it's just gone. Okay, fine, whatever. Didn't want my Mac anyways. No, just kidding. It's helpful to have a Mac sometimes. But, I mean, I got one of those really tiny boxes. So, you know, their idea of a tower, it's a very, very tiny computer. There's no way I could build anything that small. So, and, yeah. And Mac is a little bit fussier when it comes to components and their compatibility with the operating system. Yeah, they just, yeah. Apple likes to be proprietary about these things. So yeah, new computer coming soon. Hopefully when I put it together, there won't be any issues. That's another thing to worry about. But I will definitely have pictures, only if it's a success. If there are no pictures, you can assume the worst. No pictures, no videos. Crawlerpix is gone. I was thinking I can film on my phone, but it's really crappy. Really crappy. I want to see if there's maybe an app or something I can get to you know, tweak the settings a bit more to make it look nicer. Yeah, I don't know if that's possible or not. We'll see. And I think I'm gonna start gaming a bit more. I have not gamed in ages. And I really want to play the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I have so many games in my Steam account that are just sitting there, and I'm trying not to add more to them because, you know, if I'm not playing what I've currently got, when am I going to play these new games? So every time there's a sale, unless it's a really, really good sale, and quite often they do have really good discounts on games, I try not to buy anything. But it's hard to say no when a game that you've been wanting is like now $1, right? But those dollar games add up, and before you know it, you have like, you know, 50 games and you've spent, you know, $30. But when are you gonna play those games? Yep. I have hundreds of games in my Steam library now, I'm pretty sure. Maybe even 300s, 400s. I don't know. I don't even look at it anymore. Alright, so we've got some pretty good coverage going on there. I am going to call it for this video. Hope that you have enjoyed my rant and notification of the death of my computer. But yeah, let me know what you think of this diamond painting. Do you think I should keep going? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Get out of here. But yeah, I hope that you have enjoyed. Please stay safe. Please stay happy. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.